And welcome to a brand new video tutorial. In this case, our tutorial is all about PowerPoint. I'm so excited to be here with you. I'm teacher Sirelys, and today we are going to be exploring some of those features that make us through PowerPoint pros. Are you ready to learn? To explore all about those beginning tricks and those expert tips that we need when we make PowerPoint presentations. PowerPoint is an amazing tool to integrate to our classes, especially during these tough times. Is PowerPoint. PowerPoint is an amazing application that we use to turn our classes into amazing dynamic presentations. We use it to give our class that extra flavor, make it meaningful, make it powerful. In this tutorial, you guys are going to learn a few tips for beginners and a few expert tricks. I suggest you pause the video when you feel like you want to practice because there's a lot of things you can do with PowerPoint. You can even create video lessons, of course. And of course, I'm going to offer you guys sources and more links so that you guys can go check out all of the amazing tools PowerPoint has to offer. One small tutorial couldn't even begin to cover all of the amazing things this app does. Let's go to it.
One of the new main features of PowerPoint is stock images. Once you click on Insert, you go to Pictures, you click on Stock Images, and you can select Pictures, Icons, People, and Stickers. Another useful tool for working with images is the Remove Background option. Once we select an image and we place it in our PowerPoint, we need to click twice on the picture to go to the Picture Format option. Here, we'll go to Remove Background and choose the areas from the picture that we wish to keep. Once we have exactly what we need from the picture, we click on Keep Changes. We can also go to the Insert tab, click on Shapes, and add a variety of shapes to our presentation. Once we double-click on a shape, we're taken to the Shape Format tab. Here, we're able to change the color, the effects, and even modify the text. However, shapes can also be double-clicked and edited. Once we try to edit a shape, we can change the basic shape or we can edit points. When we edit the points of a shape, we can turn the shape into something a little bit more dynamic and creative. With PowerPoint, you are also able to hold the curl button, select a shape, and drag the shape. This gives you an easier way to copy a shape without having to go back to the Insert tab. This trick is simple, yet very useful. Sometimes we need to reorder or change the order of a list. If we hold down the Shift button and the Alt button, we're able to move in the list quickly and rechange that right there. When we create a PowerPoint presentation, one of the tools the app gives us is the Design Ideas button found right here at home. Once we click on Design Ideas, we'll get a list of different themes we can add to give our presentation new life. So whenever you need help with creativity, PowerPoint already brings a button to assist you. Now, animations and transitions have existed since, I believe, the beginning of PowerPoint. And one of the cool transitions that was added this year was the morph transition. Now, let's say that I want to duplicate my slide and I want my shapes to change positions. So I would simply drag the shapes from one side to the other. If there was something that I wanted to edit from this, I could just double click and be sent to the picture format where I can correct the image. I can give the image picture styles and so on and so on. However, for this part, I want my slides to show the morph transition. Once I click on the morph transition, adding it to both slides, I'll see how the shapes are going to change from one side to the other.
We already know a little bit more about the morph transition. When we insert a shape to our PowerPoint, we duplicate the slide, move the shape to where we want it to morph into, go to the transitions, and then add morph. But what happens when we change our shape into a circle or another shape? It's not going to transition the way we want it. One of the cool features of PowerPoint is being able to change the shape's arrangement. We'll go back to Home and click on Arrangement. Here, we'll go to the selection pane. As we can see, our rectangle needs to have a name change. We'll simply add 2 exclamation marks and a name for our shape. In this case, shape 1. Once we add a name, we'll go to our second shape, click on it, and make sure that we write the exact same name. Remember, we'll find this in the Home tab, on Arrangement, in the selection pane. So let's write 2 exclamation points, shape 1. And as soon as we go test that out, we'll see that our shape will transition. Kind of like the cool trick I did with the video at the beginning.
My favorite part of PowerPoint has to be the quick menu bar. Here, you're able to save all of the most important buttons you use. Usually, you'll find the Save button, the Undo button, the Redo button, and the Slideshow button. However, if you click on the little arrow on this bar, you're able to customize your quick access toolbar. I'm going to add the spelling and see, now if I were to write something on my shape and there was to be a mistake, once I click on the spelling up in the bar, it'll quickly help me change. When we go to the Insert tab, we'll find the Table option. Here, we're able to insert tables, draw a table, and even link Excel spreadsheets to our PowerPoints. But what happens when we want to add a more complicated table to our presentation? We're going to go to Chart. When we click on Chart, we're going to get a list of all of the different templates that we can add to our PowerPoint. Right now, I'm going to click on adding a map of the world to this slide. If you see, once I accept the conditions, it gives me access to changing the layout. It even comes with a little spreadsheet of Excel where I can edit exactly what I want students to see in the chart. If you see right now, if I delete these first countries, you're going to see that my map is going to change. And then those countries won't be highlighted anymore on the map. This could be a great tool for teaching history, making charts for math class, and or creating polls for.
Quick break, guys. Remember to pause the video when you see something you like and go test it out on your PowerPoints. Because trust me, once you're done with this video, you're going to give a whole new output to your lessons. This is amazing. This application does so many things. Let's continue.
Our next feature is on the Draw tab. We click on the Draw tab and we are given a selection of different pens. Here, we're able to write what we want to include in our PowerPoint. When we select the lasso option, we can circle what we just wrote and click on the Ink to Text button. This will turn our drawing into text. We can also hit the Select button to fix the remaining text. Another very cool draw option is creating shapes. Once we draw the shapes we want, we simply go over to our lasso tool, we circle them, and we click on the Ink to Shape button. And we click on the Ink to Shape button. Now with Select, we're able to move our shapes around. With the Draw tool, you can also add equations to your PowerPoints. This way, you just click after you select on the Ink to Math tool and your equation will appear. You can also select your equation and go to the Equation tab where you'll be able to use more math symbols and even fix the equations if something popped up wrong. Imagine this, math teachers. Another powerful tool PowerPoint includes is the QR code maker. Once we go to Insert, we go to our add-ins. In our add-ins, we're going to click on Get Add-ins. Now we're going to be looking for the QR code add-in. We're going to add this to our presentation. Once we add it, we're able to create codes to add to our presentation. We can change the size, the color, and click Insert. Another handy tool from PowerPoint is the Reuse Slides button. Once we go to Insert and we click on Reuse Slides, a new tab will open up. Here we'll see our recent PowerPoint presentations. From there on, we can open up the presentation we want to reuse and click the slides we want to integrate into our presentation. Once we select it, our slide will appear. If you have ever worked with PowerPoint, you know that animations are the trick to creating videos and giving life to your stories. Once you go to the Animations tab, you click on Animation pane, and you have a list of all of the animations your slide already has. These can be edited. You can click on them, right-click on them, and edit their effect options, like adding sounds to them, animating the text, and even adding delays or start times to them. This way, your stories or your videos are full of life. You can also click on the Add Animation to give your animation more features. I suggest you take your time exploring the animation pane. This is how I made my video. And using this, I was able to add start times to my bubbles and start times to my presentation. We can also add custom animations to our images. Once we go to the Animation tab, we click on the image we want and we scroll all the way down to the motion paths. Here, we're able to customize our own path and afterwards even reverse so that the image can come back. On our home screen, we'll find the Dictate button. Here, we can change the language we want to use when we speak to the PowerPoint. As soon as we click on it, we can click on the text box and you'll see that everything that I speak, PowerPoint will try to add it. Isn't that cool? PowerPoint also counts with the tool that helps us hyperlink and make our presentation interactive. Once we go to the Insert tab, we're able to select the shape we want and click on Links. Here, we'll get the Action button. When we click on the Action button, we're able to hyperlink the slide. In this case, I want to go to a specific slide. If I hit the Truth button, I want to go to the You Are Correct slide. I can also add a sound so that students know that they were correct. However, if I want my false button to work, I would need to select it, click Insert, go to Hyperlinks, add an action, hyperlink the button to the Try Again slide, click, click, and click. And of course, I can even add a sound effect. Once the buttons are done, I can simply go to Slideshow and test it out. If I click on my True button, I'll go to the You Are Correct slide. On my False button, I'll go to the Try Again slide. This is a fun way to make your presentations interactive.
Hyperlinks to give our presentation new life and send our students to direct links. Once we go to Insert, we can think about a topic that we're given in class. Maybe geography? Go to Stock Images and find below something that can help you represent the web page that you want to send your students to. As soon as you click on the image, you can go to the Insert tab again and click on the Action button. You're going to want to have your students hyperlink to a specific place. In this case, we want to send them to Google Earth. Once we add the link into our hyperlink, we can also add a sound and click on OK. When we present this to the students, they'll be able to click on it and have a web page open up to where we want to send them to. Check out Amanda's video tutorial on Google Earth.
There will be moments where we have to insert media into our PowerPoints. In this case, I want to upload a video to my presentation. Once I go to my video and I put it to the PowerPoint, I need to compress the media so the PowerPoint isn't a large file. Going to Files and clicking on Info, I'm able to compress the media and lower it to the standard quality. This way, the initial size of the video will be processed into something smaller. That's going to help when we want to share our presentation.
One of the things that I like the most about PowerPoint is being able to take our old presentations and give them an upgrade through Nearpod and Google Slides. Last week, you learned all about Nearpod with teacher Edna. And I know that if you go to Google Slides and you open up a blank presentation, you will go to Files to import one of your old PowerPoint presentations. Now, as soon as you go to Import Files, go to Upload and make sure you select a file from your computer. Once you select the slides that you want to import into your presentation, topic, objectives, homework, and assignments, import the slides into the presentation. Then go to add-ons and make sure that you install the Nearpod add-on when you go to get add-ons. Click on Open Nearpod and you're here. You can add Nearpod to your already created PowerPoint. How cool is that? Last but not least, we'll work with 3D models. Head over to the Insert tab and click on 3D models. Here, you'll get a list of all of the models that PowerPoint already includes. Let's go on ahead and pick on animals. You can also use the search bar if you're looking for something a little bit more specific. Let's say that you select your image and you insert it into your presentation. Once the image is on the presentation, you can double click it and select the 3D model tab. Here, you can pan and zoom on the image. You can change the image and you can move it around for students to assess it. You can also go to 3D shapes or 3D models and pick on all animated models. These ones are pretty cool. Once you add them, once you add these shapes, you'll see that they have their own animation and features. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video tutorial on PowerPoint. I'm sorry it's so long, but PowerPoint has so many application tools and devices to create videos, to create presentations, to create interactive lessons. So I suggest you guys take your time with it. You go to the resources found in this video and you watch them. Take your time, guys. But I know that if you use PowerPoint, your lessons are gonna look amazing. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye.